few points today. So let's get started. I want to introduce to you my lovely friend Chandu. He is into dancing, he is into choreography for the past 10 years, and he is the owner and CEO of his dance studio, which is called Studio 5 Alwal, and is also the president for the Telangana Dance Association and is the president of Mechal district especially. And today he will be sharing his journey. How did he find his interest in dance and how he is able to run a dance studio for all these years, and as well how to be successful in this field as well. So may I present to you Chandu Surampudi. So Anna, please share your story and your insights to our audience.
First of all, hi everyone. Hope you all doing good in this pandemic time. Hope you all safe in this time. So take care of your health. First of all, the point which we want to tell you, and even we are safe in this time. So fine. As you told, I have a dance studio, and we have around 5 branches nearby to Alwal. The main branch is in Alwal, and he knows that branch.
Yeah.
So I've been running this dance studio since past 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So in the initial stages, I used to have around only 5 to 6 students. It's been very hard to run a studio, but meanwhile, before lockdown, I used to have around 100 students in the Alwal branch, apart from other branches.
You know, the start is always the hardest, they say.
Yes.
So share us that when did you find this interest in dance?
Actually, before starting a studio, I already worked for a local TV channel.
Okay.
So I used to work as a choreographer. I worked around 6 months over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then because some financial problem of their production department, they closed that show and all.
Okay.
So after moving out from there, I plan to start a dance studio. Initial stages, even my parents were like, why to start a dance studio? Why can't you work somewhere? You used to earn something better and all. I was like, I took a risk, but yes, it's a risk. That's it. Even everyone knows that.
So, sometimes following your passion, the results may not be as much as pleasing to you, but you will be definitely happy, I guess.
Yeah. And coming to the current situation, even my family is happy with my work and all, because see, end of the day, family will be just looking at how much he is earning. Is he stable to run the family? When they get older and all, is he capable to take care of us and all? So they are happy with my work now, apart from this pandemic time.
So I want to ask you, what made you take the risk of starting the dance studio at a very young age? You know, the people at your age when you started might be looking into jobs, might be into corporate. What made you take that risk? I want to pursue this, I want to do it, I want to have my own dance studio. Where did you get that courage from?
Yes, coming to the age, as you told, I started my career around 19 when I was in my inter second year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been almost 10 years. I'm 28 now.
Yeah.
So I'm successfully running 5 branches of my dance studios, and I have around 10 to 15 trainers working under me. Even they are happy with their work, because see, in the meanwhile between of this dance field, I used to work full time in some pharmaceutical company.
Okay. So apart from owning a dance, you also work part-time there?
Full time.
Okay, full time.
At that time when I was working, dance was my part time.
Okay.
That job was my full time. So they were they used to give me targets and all. So even after completing targets, they used to give me some pressure. You're not doing this, you're not doing that and all. I was like, see, in our language, tu kaun hai mere ko bolne wala.
So we have a question from Jay Surya. He wants to ask you, what made you to become a dancer? Or is it like you're a born dancer, or you train yourself?
I'm not a born dancer. I have a master. He's Mr. Mario. At present, he's residing at in Australia. He recently used to stay in Bolaram.
Okay.
He's my master, and even I can take him as inspiration and all. And few more inspiration, my guru, another guru, just a praying guru, is Raghava Lawrence.
Everybody is a fan of him, definitely.
So he is one of my inspiration. So taking them as inspiration, I took a step forward to start a dance class.
Yeah. So when you started a dance studio initially, people might not know you.
Yes.
So how did you sustain and how did you make yourself known to people and start getting students into your dance studio?
So
Maybe is it of your talent or is it that you had a really good connections? What would you do?
No, it depends. Like what people will be telling is like work hard in silence.
Yeah.
So what I used to do is like I used to give them the students the best output in a less rate. Even the people who knows my studio, when it is in the initial stages, they know the fees which I used to charge.
Okay.
So I used to charge a very less amount of fees, and I used to give a best output.
So you mean to say like charging less and giving more value?
Yes.
I guess that works really good.
Yes. Sir.
You know, especially in dance or any other related skill set job where you're teaching, word of mouth plays a really good role. You know,
Exactly.
if a student is really happy with his master, he goes and tells to his friend like, you know, I'm dancing. You know, I'm really good at it. And when his friend sees that he's dancing really well and sees his improvement, he also starts getting this excitement to join that.
Exactly.
So I guess that is your strength, basically, to give a lot of value to students and, you know, make them really good at what they do.
Exactly. So comparatively, apart from their academics, their curriculum and all, this is the place where they used to enjoy.
Yeah.
At least they'll be coming for 1 hour or at least max half an hour. But this is a place where they'll enjoy.
Yeah.
Apart from their curriculum, studies, pressure, bags, lot of books in that bags and all.
So you're saying it's a place to chill, relax.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
how these teenagers used to go to pubs and all in the weekends. This is the pub for them for weekly thrice or weekly 4 classes and all.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to the younger people who are looking to, you know, learn dance and pursue a career in dance?
See, learning dance, it depends on their mindset and mentality. It takes some time, I agree, because in the initial stages, when I used to start learning dance, it took around 2 to 3 years for me to get perfect in that.
Okay.
So it depends on their mentality and body language to set up a dance studio before they're getting perfect in dance. Once they get perfect in dance, they can set a studio.
Yeah. So initially it comes down to, you know, practice,
Yeah, that's
right?
it. That's it.
You have to put in the work unless and until, you know, you want to do big in life, you have to put your hard
I
work.
actually practice and all. I got a good experience when I used to work for industry.
Okay.
I used to report in the studio, Annapurna studio, in the morning around 6 a.m. And I used to return back to the home around 11:30 p.m.
Oh.
So it's a lot of practice and all.
Okay.
It depends on their patience, main patience. See, handling around 15 to 20 years age group people is something different. Handling people who are around kids around 3 to 4 years is completely different. So once you get habituated in handling kids around 3 to 4 years, you'll be obviously handling 15 to 20 years age group.
Yeah. So, you know, there is this conspiracy that, you know, you have to learn dancing at a very young age to do that. But I see a lot of people like who are older also start learning dance when they are passionate about. So, your thoughts on it?
No, in my studio I have, not in dance but in music, playing guitar. I have a student, that sir is around 55 age.
Okay.
He just started learning guitar classes. He's very good. He's enthusiastic in learning guitar and all. He's very.
So what about the older people who are interested to learn dance?
It depends. Like even after learning in the older age, like around 55, 60, they can't start a studio. But we used to teach in some Sangeet functions and all. Even in that age, they have that grace to dance on the stage in the Sangeet function and all.
Yeah, so it's all about the passion, I guess, when it comes to dance and the dedication, you know, practice, you know, get things done, everything. So, I know you've been part of many schools. You've went to schools, especially where you taught students to dance, you know, be it in dancing or choreography. So, your experience with children, you know, how to mold them when they're very young and get them into dancing.
It's like students are like they'll be having some passion to learn dance. Their group want to perform in some annual day functions or farewell functions and all. That's it.
Yeah.
So teaching them with some interest, like teaching the easy steps, which parents will be looking at their steps, they will be feeling happy.
Yeah.
You need to teach a steps in such a way that their steps will be good at output, and the parents' way of looking and all, it will be attractive. You need to teach in such a manner.
Yeah. So, right now, the present culture, you could see like dance is treated as a sport, and it's treated as a way to stay fit. Probably like Zumba. Everybody is into Zumba nowadays, and they're doing. So, your thoughts, like, how dance could be, rather than just doing it for passion, how could it be helpful for a personal life, be in terms of health and happiness?
Okay, coming to the point, as you told, dance like taking as a sport.
Yeah.
I don't know how many are live as of now.
Yeah.
I just want to tell each and everyone that recently we got a notification from international level that dance is registered as a sport
Yeah.
in Asian Olympics.
That's great,
So
actually.
we are gonna get some certificates and permissions and all in the coming month, or max in couple of months. So for that, like even we instead of sending them to some intercity dance competition, interstate dance competition,
Yeah.
we can now send the students to Olympics also.
That's great.
So for that, I just want to introduce myself as Mechal district president
Yeah.
of Telangana Dance Association. So completely, how many districts we have in Telangana? Each and every district they have a president.
Yeah.
So we need to report to the Telangana district president. So in Mechal district, how many dance institutes are there? They need to report to me.
So if you stay in the area of Mechal and you are into dancing, you can contact Chandu.
I can help you 24/7.
Yeah, that's really great. So coming here, let's talk about, you have conducted a lot of competitions,
Yes.
dance competitions, you have experience in it. According to you, how big of a platform is a competition for a dancer to showcase his talent there?
See, few parents who came to enroll in my studio
Yeah.
for their kids, they were like, we used to tell them like, sir, we'll be providing certificates and all. It's recognized by some world record and all.
Yeah.
So few parents were like, what we can do with these certificates and all. So now you can proudly tell that these certificates is very valid for your government jobs also, because
Oh.
it's registered in Olympics and all. So what we say, sports quota or jobs.
Yeah.
Even we can put this in the job resumes. Or
So if you
experience.
haven't known it till now, so dance right now is considered as a sports as well. So if you're passionate about dance, you can enroll yourself into dance, earn a certificate as a dancer, and probably it will help you in fetching a job as well in the future, especially government jobs, I guess.
Yes.
So, conducting a lot of competitions, I guess competitions are very crucial for a dancer to showcase his talent.
Yes.
Apart from that, yeah, we have social media, YouTube as well, where they can showcase, but what about competitions? Going to competitions, spending their time, winning competitions. How does it cheer up a individual who's into dance?
See, competitions is a platform where the participant can lose the stage fear. It's the main
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
So when in the future, if he's going for some reality shows facing the camera, this will be a platform where he can lose the stage fear and all.
Yeah,
That's the main
and
thing
it
which I can
also helps him understand how's the competition outside as
Yes,
well.
exactly. So few students in my competitions which I conducted, they used to cry on the stage, literally. So I was like, take it sportively. Winning and losing is just a step. It's a part of life.
It's a part of life.
If you lose now, you can win in the next competition.
Yeah.
So you can just know that what mistake you did in this competition, you can just recover it or replace it with the good steps or something
Work
in the
harder.
next competition.
Yeah. So let's make this talk so interesting. So according to you, here in Tollywood, who do you think is the best dancer? Pick two.
Coming to the
Tollywood
choreography industry,
be it as an
film
actor.
industry.
Yeah, let's divide it. Be it in the form of actor and choreographer. Pick two, both.
Okay, choreographer in the Telugu film industry, we can
Yeah.
take as senior, we can take as Lawrence.
Okay.
And coming to the juniors, like not juniors, sorry, if they are watching live, not juniors, but a well experienced person, we can take Raghu Master and Shekhar Master.
That's nice. They're doing a crazy job.
This
So coming to the actors, which actor do you think is really good at dance according
Two
to you?
people I can mention over here. They are like one is Allu Arjun.
Definitely.
The second one is Junior NTR.
Definitely.
These both.
There's no competition for
Junior
them.
NTR in his initial stages when he was fat, he didn't dance that much. But in the current situation, he's performing very well.
Yeah, so when we're talking about people, let's talk about people who are, body shamed or people who are fat. Dancing doesn't really mean that you have to be thin and dance. You can be anything. You have a passion for dance. I know you might be having students who are coming just with the passion of dance, irrespective of how they look or how they are basically. So it's all about the passion, nothing should stop you from pursuing your passion. Yeah. So right now, what do you think, because of the COVID situation, then there's no permission for the dance studios to open up. Everybody is going online. So how do you think it is affecting the people who want to learn dance? Your thoughts?
Taking the online classes in the current situation example, even we can take an education example also.
Okay.
So learning online in the previous days, olden days or golden days, we used to tell the kids that put your phone aside and concentrate on book. Now we are putting the books aside and giving them a phone in their hand. So in the same thing, like they can't learn which they are learning in the live classes.
Physically present.
Face to face.
Yep.
So apart which they are learning from face to face situation, it's completely different which they are learning in the online classes.
Yeah.
We exactly can't tell how much they can understand.
Exactly.
Every student will be nodding his head, yes, నాకు వచ్చేసింది, I got this. So we can't exactly tell how much he understood.
Yeah.
So that's completely different. Taking the classes face to face is completely different. Taking classes online in the phone is completely different.
That's very far difference.
Yes.
Very vast difference to it. So guys, if you have questions as well and you wanted to know about dance choreography and pursuing your career, please ping us your questions as well. So what advice would you give if people wanted to pursue their career in terms of dance or as a choreographer, based on the current situations and everything, how dance industry or entertainment industry is changing?
See, in the current situation, few people will be telling dance chestundo emostadi.
Yeah.
He is a choreographer, what he can earn.
Yeah.
Even he can earn the same or double the amount which the software engineer is earning.
Yeah.
If he is perfect at dance, he can teach the kids with ease. If he have some patience and all, he can earn around I can't tell the amount, but yeah, he can earn double the amount which a software employee, IT employee is earning.
Yeah.
I can give you the guarantee.
Yeah, but I guess it takes a lot of time to get to that level.
That's what I said in the starting. It depends on their mentality. It depends on the patience levels. It depends on their body language. How much they are interested, according to that it depends.
Yeah. So Jay wanted to ask, what was the first song we ever performed in a competition?
First
Do you remember
song,
it?
Yeah, I remember. I first performed for a dance competition in Haryana Kalabhavan.
Okay.
It was Shahid Kapoor's song.
But I should tell you guys, he has performed his first dance in Haryana Kalabhavan, and now he has conducted around 6 to 7 competitions in Haryana Kalabhavan.
Yes,
He on the
exactly.
same stage where he performed, he is now conducting competitions.
Something like sentiment of thing.
Yeah. So he is a live example of how hard work will pay off eventually when you have the practice and the patience to get yourself to that goal which you want to get. So he's a live example, and I'm glad he could be on the show right now. So we are end of the talk show now. What advice or what thoughts you wanted to tell our audience in terms of dance, or be a choreographer or a career choice in dance? Your thoughts?
If you want to start your career as a choreographer, you just need to have patience and hard working. That's it.
That's it. Only two principles.
Patience, hard working. That's it.
Just 2 principles. If you can stick with it, and you can make it everything possible. You can be at a national or international level. So I just want our last question here. Right now, especially in India, Indian dancers are making a mark in international level.
Yes.
Very huge. They are winning prizes. For example, the Kings have won the competition in Las Vegas. They are huge hit all over the world. So the Indian dance industry is changing. It's evolving. There are no borders right now. As everything is on digital, there are no borders. There are no song barriers. People who don't know our language are performing on our songs. For example,
Yes,
Butta Bomma
yes.
is like crazy in India.
David Warner.
Yeah, so there
Yes.
are no boundaries right now. So your thoughts, how eventually it will get bigger and bigger, how potential it has right now?
it doesn't depend on the language.
Yes.
Even in our studio, like students are of 80%, they are of Telugu language.
Yeah.
We'll be teaching on Tamil songs, Malayalam songs, Hindi songs, English and all. So it doesn't depend on the language. It only depends on the person and his interest.
Exactly.
End of the day, it's coming on the interest only.
So two things, as you said, hard work, patience.
interest.
So that will get you to heights. So that's all for it, I
Yes,
guess.
yeah.
So yeah, I was asking, like, do you like Michael Jackson? Are you a fan of
Oh
him?
yeah, obviously.
That's
Who
there.
doesn't be a fan of
He is
Michael
like
Jackson?
different level actually. So thank you so much guys for tuning in this Saturday, and thank you for taking your time out, and I hope you have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend as well. I'm gonna see you tomorrow live at 5 with another guest, to add more value to your life as well. Thank you so much. I hope you stay safe, stay real and stay raw. I'm gonna meet you soon. Have a lovely day, guys. See you. Bye.